We are at ADE 2023. I'm at the Recycle Lounge with Trovarsi and ALX106. Combined, I still don't know, but just a dynamic duo. Yep. We're reporting for FMLA and 6 a.m. group. Welcome, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
We are here because you guys just played a show for Analog Kitchen. How was the set?
It was wonderful. We had a great time.
Yeah, it was amazing. Yeah.
Sound was great. The vibe was great. Everybody was dancing, and we just had a lot of fun.
Ditto. Like, seriously.
Can we go into this? This is not sufficient. I need to know the details.
What kind of details do you need?
I mean, the kick was rocking. Yeah. We had some really fat bass lines. Everybody was grooving. I feel like we have a really good connection where we really trust each other, and it just allows us to really take an opportunity to write new things and over each other's patterns. And
how did this happen? Because, by the way, I have a podcast with Miss Trovarsi, and I still don't know how this happened or when it happened. How did you guys meet? Where did this come from?
How did we meet? We met in our synth community, just being, he worked for WMD at the time. And
what's WMD?
It's a eurorack manufacturer.
Excuse us.
Yeah.
Peasants that we don't know, but...
Oh, not at all, yeah. I mean, I was working for WMD. We actually, I believe the first time we met was at NAMM.
Yes.
And it was very quick. And then at NobCon, you met one of my colleagues, and you swear that it was me, but it wasn't me.
It was Mason.
But it was my colleague Mason. So then we had talked again at another thing like that, like another synth thing. And that's where we made the connection of just like, we like the same things, we like what's going on. And then COVID happened, and I did a lot of like online stuff. Like I have a monthly party in Denver called Freak Boutique, and it's like an open mic night for modular synth musicians. So I opened it up during COVID. It was online, so I opened it up, and we got people to play from all over the world. And at that time, that's where we started talking, because she was doing the SoCal Synth Society,
yes,
and I was very involved in that. And then directly after COVID, she just wanted to like strengthen some connections. So she hit up a bunch of her friends being like, hey, I want to come out and just like play with you. I want to play music with some people that are like-minded. And I was fortunate to be one of the people that she called. So she came out to Denver, and our plan was to record a record or something we could call maybe a record, And then about 2 weeks before, she was like, hey, I got us a show in Denver. And it was a party that I had wanted to play for like years in my hometown with a person that I hadn't met at that time. So she introduced me to an awesome person, Emily Dahlia, in our town, who runs an acid night.
Introduced you to her as well.
She's amazing.
Yeah, so we did that. So instead of recording a record, we went to play that show. She came to my house, and we started jamming, and about 20 minutes into the jam, she looks at me and she goes, I think we're good. And I was like, what do you mean? And she was like, I think we're good. And I was like, okay. And so she went and stayed at another friend's house. She left. She came back the next day. We jammed for another 15, 20 minutes. And I think at that point was like, I think we're good. And she was like, yeah. And so then we went and played the show. We played like a 2-hour set. And it was, at Capacity Club. All the people were there.
They wanted us to keep going.
People just kept going.
Yeah.
We had such a fun time doing it that we figured maybe we should just, maybe this will be a special thing that we do every once in a while.
Yeah, when you know, you know.
And then after we did it like 1 or 2 more times, it was kind of like, maybe we should do this like more than just a special thing. Maybe we should do this like, all the time. So now we do it a lot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for that intro. I had no idea. I've known you for I don't know how long, and I still didn't know how this will work out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, the idea was, after connecting with him and other artists, it was like, I really liked the way he patched. That was like, in the music that he made, and so there were select artists that I wanted to really link up with. But when you're playing live and you play, I've jammed and played with other people, and he has as well, but it's like you don't have the synergy with everyone. Like, you have good vibes and fun, but I felt like we have a synergy for sure. Like, and I knew instantly when we played that first 20 minutes, I was like, yeah, this is gonna be fun. Like,
and just a certain comfort level. I mean, as soon as she came into my house, it felt like, you know, my sibling, and it was just like, we're family now, and like, let's do this. And it was just very comfortable. And then, you know, like I said, I was surprised when it was like, okay, we're good after 20 minutes, but that's kind of how it went. And then, you know, like, our thing has been mostly improvised music, and I have done that alone. But when I play alone, I make a lot of house music, and I tend to like pre-plan like 60% of my set and then let the other 40% just flow. And because when you're playing alone, you need something to fall back on, and when you're doing improvised music, you need something to fall back on. And as a duo, we have each other to fall back on, so we can really just keep going. And then if I'm like stuck for a minute, it's like, hey, go, like, it's all you. Like, do you have something? It's all you. And then, you know, she can say the same thing to me, like, hey, I have an idea, it's going to take me 2 minutes, can you take over?
Yeah, today we were at store, and there was, what, 6 of them?
Right.
yes,
Yeah.
yep.
So I was like, who's doing what and how and why, and like, how is this communication happening? And also all the clocks, how is everything actually communicating and really like coming together? It's pretty amazing. So here's my proposition, you guys. We come up with an app called what did you guys say? It was 20 minutes and we communicated through modular.
We're good?
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, we're good.
20 minutes and we're good.
We've been thinking about just calling our project "We're Good" because it's just like, yeah, we're good.
We're good.
Well, tell me about your experience about ADE. What's going on? How has it been?
I mean, this is our first ADE and my first time actually hanging out in Amsterdam, and it's been amazing. I felt right at home. Just the vibe of the city in general, the history, and just making new friends too, and like seeing old ones. So it's been very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Everyone that I wanted to see, I saw. Like, as far as friends, and I didn't plan it, you know, it was just like, they're just where I was, and that was nice. And then I got to see some, you know, we've seen amazing sets. I feel like we have, you know, it's super inspiring. And when I first came, I made this big schedule of all the things I was going to do, and I probably made it to 10% of those things.
I know, it's like, make a PDF file and then you'll make none of it.
Yeah. I would say don't do that, because you might disappoint that ambitious person inside of you. But it's like, you know, that's kind of where I was when I came in. And then just the vibes and everything that I was at, I just went with the flow. And I think I've seen some really good shows because of that. And I feel like my overall experience has just been super positive, because I haven't been like so strict on, I have to see this and then this and then this. It's like, if I'm going to talk to somebody because I haven't seen them in a long time, or I've never met them, and they can tell me about like their history and their culture of their place, like, that's something that's really important to me. And so being able to hear people's stories and like the history of dance music is very rich, obviously, and every single city and community has their own story behind it, and it's always cool to like get to hear that. And even just, you know, playing at the Recycle Lounge, I didn't know when I was coming in, like, we're in an underground club that's a smaller club that's, you know, like more community based, and we have been in theaters, we've been in churches, we've been in all these things. I mean, it's so cool just to be around.
Just paint a picture for this lounge. We were coming in and I thought we were going into camp.
No, it is like a summer camp.
It's like,
it does have this vibe, right?
I was walking in and I was like, where are we going? This is like such a cute little...
Yeah, and when I came out into this outside place, there's like a little fence out here, and as soon as I walked out, there's like a garden, but I had the same vibe, because I was like, there's definitely going to be horseshoes back here. And there was not horseshoes, however, there was a bonfire, so there's a big like bonfire area over there. So
you didn't get to go to the show that she just played in Berlin, but there was like the venue.
Oh yeah, it was like bus and train, like trains, like train parts. It was like sitting in a
bunker, dungeon.
Yeah, it was like a real dungeon, like a true dungeon in the basement, which is
with a bus in it.
Yeah,
yeah,
it was wild. It was pretty cool though.
Yeah.
That was
and it definitely smelled like Berlin.
Yeah.
Which isn't an all-encompassing 100% of the time cigarettes. Everything smells like cigarettes in Berlin.
Yeah, not so much here, though.
No, this town is like super cute, super clean.
Yeah.
I mean, pleasantly surprised. And the venues have been absolutely amazing.
Yeah. How
do you guys feel the difference between like Melkweg and the bigger venues that we've been to? Even Store, which is actually an actual theater in Paradiso, and then this type of venues, which are a lot smaller, more intimate.
Like in this
specific scenario for
Well, I mean, definitely you get a different vibe. You know, when you're going into a bigger space, it's like you're kind of engulfed in people, but because the buildings are so old, it's like it still has like you feel the history, and it has like a quaint kind of feel to it. You know what I mean? Like, and then it's just so massive. You're just surrounded by people that love the same type of music that we do, so it's like the vibe is already there.
Yeah.
But then, you know, having a small place, it's like more intimate, and you get a chance to really kind of walk around and connect with people too. You know, so it's like. Yeah, they're both great.
How do you feel between the show that you did over in Berlin and what you're doing over here in Amsterdam?
Like, what do you mean? Like vibe-wise?
Yeah, people feeling...
Berlin, like, come on, like techno as well. Like, both cities are great. And the fact that it was... I want to say the establishments were very similar in the sense, like you said, you know, like with the buses and how they curated the event. Like you could tell that they really took time to make the event. They just, that space in Berlin, like same with here. They didn't just throw it together, throw some sound and book some acts. Like they really thought about, and you can tell here, they really thought about the establishment and what they wanted to portray to people that came in, and both places were like that.
And every show has been like that, and every show has been appropriate to the venue, and being like, one of the things that was amazing is like going into a place like Paradiso or Melkweg, like those places, but especially like Paradiso, being able to go on a balcony and go and look from the top, and then being able to go get immersed in the crowd. But like there's always a place to escape, and I thought that was really nice about the bigger venues here, is that a lot of them have that.
And the lighting.
And the lighting's been amazing. And Melkweg was like, I mean, I don't remember the specific room that Colin Benders did his show in, but the lighting in that room was just incredible. And then, you know, moving on to the more venue spot where Kraken Smack played, and who did we see in that room as well?
Oscar Malero, Dave Clark.
Yeah, in the other room, yes.
Yeah, and that in that room, you know, again, like in the dance floor, I'm going for it, and then I'm just gonna hop up onto the balcony for a minute and just like take a break, and I can still dance, but I can get a little bit of space, and it's just nice to be able to have that. And then a small space, like, you know, outside of this is a little further outside of town. I didn't quite know what to expect. I walked in. There's plenty of people, but there's also plenty of space. So it's nice to just like feel that.
I gotta pick a phone. You're Mulero. Oh no, we're there together. Never mind. No bones to pick. Well, you guys, this is it. I am thanking you so much for taking the time talking to me.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, thanks for having us. And
I hope we're having this one more time next year with bigger, better venue. No, not better, because this is actually fucking amazing. But
I definitely plan to come back. I think this is a part of my yearly schedule now.
Yeah.
We came out here with like very little, like with. I don't know what our expectations really were, but we came out here, you know, hoping to just like meet people and talk to people about like our careers or whatever, and like, you know, what we do with music and what we're trying to do and like push forward, and we want to play live and we want to be, you know, in more venues, we want to be more around. And like doing that on like the business level was like what I thought that I needed to do when I got here. And then as soon as I like actually just dove into like what's happening, it just happened super naturally. And all of the like we said, the people have just been so great, and the connections we've made have been friendships, not just you know, the other, you know, it's just and I think that that's what is actually, you know, really important. And I didn't know, like I said, I didn't know what to expect, and I think I expected more biz, and I was really surprised that really pleasantly surprised and happy that it's just been like, let's hang out because we all love it's a mutual love for dance music.
Yes.
I think once you realize that, then things start happening pretty naturally.
I mean, that's how it always is, you know, but your first time going into a place, it's like, I don't know, like, you know, you start signing up for things and stuff because it's the formal things. And then it's like, that's not what I need to do. I just need to hang out and talk to people.
Well, on that note, you guys hang out and talk to people.
Do it.
And next year, hopefully, we'll see you here. And it's cold, so get dressed and get ready for it.
Absolutely.
Thanks for hanging out with us.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks.
Good night.
Yeah.